Fighting talk, but again, I'm delighted to be joined by Josh Abraham ahead of his bout against Aaron Johnson at Cage Warriors 164 at the Virtue Motors Arena on November the 25th. Josh, we're only a couple of weeks out now. It's a homecoming, it's a big return. You must be looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, I can't wait. Training's been good, been injury free, which is always a bonus. Just looking forward to fighting, do you know what I mean? Big back on the big stage. I feel like now I'm a little bit older, this is where I probably should have been going to the big stage, you know what I mean? Not doing it when I was so young. I can't wait, mate. You know me. Excited to fight always.
It's a funny one because I know the last time we spoke was just before you fought on Unity when you made your proper MMA comeback. And you'd said like how much you were looking forward to and trying to get back onto Cage Warriors. And of course, not even 6 months later and you're on that stage. How much does it mean to you to be getting that second crack at the whip in these yellow gloves?
To be honest, mate, like I say, I'm more mature as a fighter now, do you know what I mean? I'm not like going to go out and just do what everyone thinks I'm going to do and put my head down and have a fight to the death. As much as I would love to, because it's entertaining. I feel like just now's the right time for me to be going to do this and have my second chance at it. Maybe this is the chance I need, and this is going to be like the best version of me yet. But like I say this all the time, it's cliche to say that, because I think everyone you interview will go, "It's the best version of me yet." You know what I mean? But it is like I've put quite a lot of work in this camp to specifically for I've never watched them, but like the coaches I've been working with have watched Aaron and like stuff he's good at, trying to work around that and like still do my own thing at the same time. And I just think as we're closing in now, everything's just falling into place where it should be. Do you know what I mean? It's good.
On that then, like you just said there, you don't watch them, you leave that to the coaches. How much then do you make your camp about you and making sure you're the best version of yourself you can be going in there?
I think for me, because obviously I coach fighters as well, and I say this to them all the time, it's not about your opponent, it's about you, do you know what I mean? If you can go in and be the best version of you, leave your coaches to do the work on your opponent and concentrate on yourself, improving yourself in areas. Like every fight camp I start with areas like when I work with Charlotte, areas I want to work in for my fight camp, I want to get better at. When I work with Anth, areas I want to, Chris, areas I want to. And then they concentrate on the areas I want to improve, and I just keep doing me and enjoying my life, do you know what I mean? That's the most important thing for me.
The fight itself then, look, it's a big homecoming, it's a big show in Newcastle. I know about Newcastle, Sunderland, but it's a local show, it's your home show. How excited are you to be coming back on such a big show in front of a home crowd?
So it is, mate. I can't wait, because I think the Northeast is a big community for like MMA, so I think all of the Northeast will have each other's back, so I think it'll be a big crowd for every Northeast fighter that walks out. I just can't wait, I think it's going to be a belter show, and there's some mint scraps on as well. I think if you don't have a ticket, you're daft as well.
The fight itself then, Aaron Johnson, like you say, you've not watched him, but I'm presuming your coaches have told you a bit about him. What are you expecting from him come fight night?
I'm not going to say I haven't watched him. I watched when Anth offered me the fight offer. I was in Port Call having a Sunday dinner, and we put the fight on the side and had a watch of one of his fights. He's good. He's aggressive. Do you know what I mean? Like I think he's going to come out pacey and look to make it a fight. And I think same as anyone, he's coming into like home turf, and he'll want that upset win. Do you know what I mean? So he'll be a little bit gamer. He'll be trying to come for the win, which good. I'm not going to match fire with fire, because that's where I've made mistakes in the past. But I might. Who knows?
Look, like for yourself, it couldn't be helped. Obviously, you come back on the domestic show, it was Unity. You did have an opponent, and it ended up then being a last-minute change, which, like I say, through no fault of your own, it happens on the domestic scene. To be coming back on the big time now and against a really credible opponent, I guess how excited are you to really have that test and see where you are now in this lightweight division?
I'm actually really excited, I think first stint I had on Cage Warriors, I was young, like I say, but I fought some good people. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't fight no divvies. I'm not one to avoid people. Like if it's a hard fight, I'll accept it. Like what's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose. Like it is what it is. But this guy's good. Like you say, Unity. I had 4 or 5 pullouts and ended up fighting Liam Toms. Shout out to Liam Toms. What a guy. Not the best opponent, but it is what it is. But like you say, this guy's credible, he's good. I'm just looking forward. Like I say, I'm not really asked like who I fight. I'm just asked that I'm making improvements in myself and I'm getting better, and like I go out and do what I need to do to make me go home and think, right, you can be happy with that. Do you know what I mean? Win, lose or draw, as long as I can go home and think, right, you made some improvements, you did some stuff well. That's the most important thing.
I know obviously the last time we spoke, you were very open and honest and said, look, after that first stint at Cage Warriors, you got to a point where you were like, I don't know if I want to fight anymore. Now you're back. Now you've got this goal. How much has that mentality changed?
Oh, mate, massively. Do you know what I think made my mentality change most? The lads in the gym were constantly like, you need to fight again, you need to fight again. And I was like, oh, fuck that. I was like, I ain't doing it. And I was like fully convinced, like in my own head, that I wasn't going to fight again. And then Anth kept on my case about coming back, having a fight. Like I say, I was working with Charlotte, doing like strength and conditioning. I was doing loads of jiu-jitsu with Chris. I've been working with Ross Cole loads this fight camp. I think that's helped me come on loads. He's added loads into my game. Like even just little tiny details that have made a massive difference. And I was like, Anth, I'll never forget Anth. I always work with Anth, you know what I mean? And just like doing that over like a long period of time, when I was like starting to train again a bit more regular, everything was coming back in place. I was like, yeah, I need to fight again. And I'm only 26. So I mean, I started to think, because I feel old in my body, that I was old, you know what I mean? But I'm only 26. I got loads of time left. So you'll be seeing me for a few more years, boys.
You've touched on it a couple of times now, and of course we're here, so we've got to give it a shout out. Obviously, it's Charlotte Hills Fitness. What's that strength and conditioning meant to you, and like added to like your game? Because like I remember again when we last spoke, you'd said, look, like you were almost like a boy in a man's game. And now you're in here. You've moved up that weight class. You're doing your strength and conditioning, but specifically, sort of coming here, what difference has that made to you for your fight camp?
I just feel strong in areas before I didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like in some fights, I say the Steve Aimbo fight, for example, I hit the deck with him, and usually I'm quite good on the floor, and like he'd get a hold of me and I'd be like, oh shit, this guy's strong. Whereas like now my explosive power, like what Charlotte does is the stuff you need for MMA, do you know what I mean? Like strength and conditioning I was doing before was just steroid weights, do you know what I mean? Just slinging weights about and being a gangster. Whereas now I'm specifically training for what I need to work on, what I could do better. Like I'll say each week to Charlotte, like, oh, I did this week, like I think I need to do this, and she'll put a plan together and everything works. It's just good, you know what I mean? I'd ask her to come on the screen, but she's got a massive head, so she might not fit on. Come here. Aye. Don't be shy. Shy bands get no. Come and show people the face of CH Fitness. She specifically stated yesterday she didn't want to be in the interview.
Funny then, Josh, Doug. Come November 25th, what can fight fans expect from the Cage Warriors return of Josh Abraham?
A smart, intelligent, technical fight.
What can they really expect?
Fight to the death. A fight like look, I'm gonna say it because I've said every interview, I'm not gonna be more technical, I'm gonna do this, but if he wants to come out and fight fire with fire, I'm fucking happy to do that, mate. Like all day. I'll do that for 10 rounds if you want to do it for 10 rounds. If he wants to come out and play the safe game, I'm just gonna fight the way you've seen me fight many of times. If you haven't seen me fight, I like to fight on the front foot. Like I like to make a fight entertaining. I believe people pay good money to come and watch fights they don't want to watch. Like even on the floor, like I'm gonna try and make it entertaining. I'm gonna throw elbows from places I shouldn't throw elbows. I'm gonna do shit I shouldn't do. I'm gonna make it look good, and just gonna have a fight, me, and hopefully come out with the victory. If all goes to plan and everything goes to plan, we're winning.
Perfect. Josh, thank you so much for your time, mate. Cheers, thank you.